Good morning, everybody out there in Math Land. Today's fourth grade lesson is Mixed Measures 11.9. I will say this lesson requires for you to know your conversion rules for capacity, for mass, for length. So if you have your yellow conversion sheet, it is a good idea to have it out while you're working on this lesson, especially on the homework, because you are going to need to look at conversions in order to help you do this, okay? So right now, what I want you to do is, by the way, this starts on page 555, but we're gonna go to 556 to do this. What you're doing is you're gonna be adding and subtracting mixed measures. Mixed measures means that sometimes it's gonna be like days and hours, sometimes it's gonna be pounds and tons, sometimes it's gonna be gallons and cups. So in other words, you're gonna be jumping around from measurements to measurements. I'm not gonna do a ton of them on the video. I am gonna try to do as many as possible so that you understand the concept. And then in the homework, I'm only gonna assign some of them. I'm not gonna assign every single one in the homework because as long as you get the concept, we don't have to do like 14 of them to understand. So here we go. So for example, right here, we are adding what seems to be days and hours, okay? That's how we're doing it. So first we're gonna add the hours. You're gonna add the hours like normal. So 2 plus 9, that's 11. And you're gonna carry 1. 1 plus 1, that's 2. So far right here, you have 21 hours. And then for days, you have 2 plus 3, 5 days. So the total here is 5 days and 21 hours. That's not too bad. But at some point, you may have to subtract and borrow in order to do that subtraction. I'm going to show you how. For example, you cannot take 900 pounds from 400 pounds because that's smaller, right? You can't take 900 out of 400. So here's how you have to borrow. Instead of 12 tons, make it 11 tons. So you borrowed 1 ton. 1 ton, according to your measurements, is how many pounds? It's 2,000 pounds. So now you have to add 2,000 to this 400. So really you now have 2,400 pounds. Remember, lbs is what is the abbreviation for pound. So now we subtract 2,400 minus 900. That is 1,500 pounds. And now over here, 8 tons away from 11 tons, it leaves you with 3 tons. So to review, I borrowed 1 ton from here and turned it into 2,000 pounds and added it to the already existing 400 pounds. And the reason I did that is because 1 ton we know equals 2,000 pounds. So when I took a ton out, I had to add those pounds to this side. So it's like regrouping. It's exactly like regrouping. So we're going to look over here right now. Now we're talking about gallons and cups. Now, if you remember Big G, you know that there is a specific amount of cups inside a gallon. So what you are going to do is figure it out by looking at how many C's are inside the entire thing. And if you do that correctly, you're going to find that there are 16 cups in 1 gallon. So 1 gallon equals 16 cups. And you can find that by just counting the letter C's inside your Big G. So since we cannot take 7 cups out of 5 cups, I have to turn that into 3 gallons. So I borrow 1 and I add those 16 cups to the existing 5 cups here. So now I have 21 cups, okay? 21 cups minus 7 leaves us with 14 cups. And now 3 gallons minus 1 gallon leaves us 2 gallons. So the biggest thing is when you cannot subtract the bottom number from the top number, you have to borrow. And in order to borrow, you just have to look at what the conversion rate is and add it to the already existing number. I'm going to do that a few more times in order for you to understand it. This is the second page. Okay, now we have years and months. Now this is a subtraction problem. It doesn't look like I have to borrow because all I have to think about here, give me 1 second. All I have to think about here is 8 minus 1, that's 7 months. And 5 years minus 2 years, that's 3 years. So that one didn't require any regrouping. That's not too bad. Now let's look at this one though. okay? I cannot take 9 ounces out of 4 ounces, so I'm going to have to borrow a pound. Instead of 10 pounds, now it's 9 pounds. And 1 pound has how many ounces, ladies and gentlemen? Do you remember how many ounces I was? I was 16 ounces, okay? So I have to add those 16 ounces to the already existing 4 ounces. That gives me 20 ounces. Now I can do 20 minus 9, that's 11 ounces. 9 minus 1, 8 pounds. Okay, this is a really nice technique, putting the conversion rule that you need right here so you know what to add to your number. Addition. Okay, so 1 foot plus 1 foot, that's 2 feet. And then 3 yards plus 6 yards, that's 9 yards. Not too bad, okay? No conversion necessary. Over here, addition. 1 quart plus 2 quarts, that's 3 quarts. 4 gallons plus 8 gallons is 12 gallons. So far, so good, okay? Over here, this is time, minutes and seconds. 12 is less than 55, so I don't have to borrow anything. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. 2 minutes minus 2 minutes, that's 0. So the answer is just 43 seconds. We go over here. All right. Yards. 2 plus 9, that's 11. Carry 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 and 0 is 9. 4 and 1 is 5. Yeah. So 591 yards. And 7 plus 9, that's 16 miles. Oops, no L for that one. Sorry about that. Okay, it looks like I do need to regroup for this one. So I cannot take 5 days out of 3 days, so I have to do some conversions here. Instead of 4 weeks, that's now going to be 3 weeks. Now in 1 week, how many days? 7 days. So I have to add 7 to this 3. So now I have 10 days to work with. 10 minus 5, that's 5 days. 3 weeks minus 2 weeks, that's 1 week. Awesome. Now when it comes to here, I don't want you to panic. Oh, there's nothing here. Well, it's like it says 0 cups. So there's something there, it's just not visible. Now I cannot take 1 away from 0, so I have to remove a pint, make it 7 pints. Now in 1 pint, how many cups? You should know that because in a P, there's 2 C's. So there's 2 cups. I add those 2 cups to this. So now it's not 0 anymore. Now it's 2 cups. 2 cups minus 1 cup, 1 cup. 7 pints minus 5 pints, 2 pints. Okay, great. Let's move on. 22 weeks plus 14 weeks. It's addition. I can just add right away. That's 36 weeks. 1 year plus 3 years, that's 4 years. So you're not always going to be borrowing, which is very useful, all right? All righty. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to skip around. I'm going to go right here to number 16, okay? A truck driver transports new vehicles. The total weight of the cargo is 14 tons. Let's see. 14 tons, 1,544 pounds. LBs, remember? Okay? The truck driver drops off 1 car that weighs 1 ton and 1,693 pounds. What is the total weight of the cargo now? So if he dropped it off, that means that he doesn't have it anymore. That's subtraction. Okay? Now, I cannot take this number out of that number because this number is larger, which means I'm going to have to regroup. I'm going to have to take a ton out of here. So instead of 14, I have 13. And I know that 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. So I have to add 2,000 to this number in order to subtract it. So now I'm going to have 3,544 minus this number. So 4 minus, I'm actually going to rewrite it over here so I have a much more clear view of the subtraction that I'm doing. 4 minus 3 is 1. Borrow from the 5 to make this a 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. Borrow from the 3, make this a 2. 14, that's 8. And 2 and 1 makes 1. So I'm left with 1,851 pounds. 13 minus 1, that's 12 tons. So the truck driver now has 12 tons, 1,851 pounds left in his cargo. And remember, if this is too fast, you can always either slow down the speed of the video or pause the video and watch it again. I don't mind that, okay? Now, I'm gonna skip these two for right now. Actually, this one's pretty easy to do. What plus 3 equals 9? That would be 6. And in order to get 34 gallons, what would you have to add to that? Now, 16 plus 16 is 32, which means you need 2 more. That'd be 18. All right, let's keep going. Thank you for your patience with me today. Here we go. I'm gonna do some of the ones right here on the bottom for you, okay? An art teacher has 3 quarts and 1 pint of yellow paint. The teacher has 1 quart and 2 pints less red paint than yellow paint. How much red paint does the teacher have? So that means that I need to subtract 3 quarts and 1 pint minus 1 quart and 2 pints. Well, I cannot take 2 away from 1, so I'm gonna have to subtract, okay? I'm gonna take out a quart, and 1 quart equals, so in a Q, there's 2 P's, so 2 pints. Add 2 to this one, now I have 3 pints. 3 pints minus 2 pints, that's 1 pint, and 2 minus 1, 1 quart. 1 quart and 1 pint, so that's how much red paint does the teacher have, okay? Over here. A 1-month-old puppy weighs 7 pounds and 3 ounces. How much did the puppy weigh after 3 months? Okay, so let's see. 7 pounds, 3 ounces. It says how much does the puppy weigh after 3 months? So weight gain. So it gained this and it gained that. So I'm gonna have to add these two together and then add it to this one. So first, 9 pounds, 6 ounces, plus 10 pounds, 2 ounces. Add these two first because this was the 2nd and 3rd month. So I need to add those 2 up to add it to its original weight. So that's 8 ounces, 19 pounds. Now I can add that to here. So 19 pounds, 8 ounces. This is 11 ounces. And this is 26 pounds. So the puppy now weighs, a heavy puppy, 26 pounds and 11 ounces. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do the dig deeper here real quick. It says, how long do you work on your science fair project in all? So on day 1, you went from 4:25 to 5:45. And then on your 2nd day, you went from 5:30 to 7:50. So we need to find the elapsed time here and the elapsed time here, and then add those 2 elapsed times. So we're gonna start with 4:25 to 5:45. So 4:25 to 5:45. Let's see, let's add 1 hour. And that would leave you at 5:25. And now how many minutes from 5:25 to 5:45? That's 20 minutes. So this first one is 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's do the second one now. So from 5:30 to 7:50. 5:30 to 7:50, okay? We have 1 hour at 6:30. We have another hour till 7:30. And from 7:30 to 7:50, that's 20 minutes. So the total for this one is 2 hours, 20 minutes. So now we need to add 1 hour and 20 minutes plus 2 hours and 20 minutes, because it's the total amount of time. So that's 40 minutes, 3 hours. So you worked for 3 hours and 40 minutes on your science fair project. All right. Now I would like for you to go online and do the homework for this lesson. I'm going to choose them and post them very soon. Take your time, be patient with yourself. If this takes you a little bit of time to understand, you want to make sure you write that conversion rule on the top to know how much you would have to add if you need to be doing some borrowing to subtract. And make sure you have that yellow sheet because it's going to help to have all your conversions in one spot. Alrighty, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.